Imagine a world where the icy relations of the Cold War thawed under the warmth of unprecedented diplomacy. Today, I'm diving into an enthralling alternate reality. What if the USSR was able to join NATO? Let's rewind to the post-World War II era. NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, was established in 1949, primarily as a collective defense against the burgeoning Soviet threat. Now twist that narrative. What if, instead of standing on opposite sides of an iron curtain, the USSR extended a hand of friendship and joined NATO? First, the geopolitical landscape of the world would be drastically different. The very essence of NATO, formed to counter Soviet expansion, would shift. With the USSR as a member, NATO's focus might pivot from military deterrence to political integration, perhaps even preventing the formation of the Warsaw Pact in 1955. Imagine the implications on global conflicts. The Korean War, the Vietnam War, and numerous other proxy wars might have played out differently, or not at all. The immense resources poured into these conflicts could have been redirected towards economic development and technology advancements. Now, let's talk about the space race. Instead of a fierce competition to reach the moon, it could have transformed into a cooperative venture. The combined might and intellect of the US and the USSR could potentially have accelerated our advances in space technology, possibly even setting foot on Mars much earlier than we ever dreamed. On the domestic front, the internal politics of the USSR might have seen dramatic shifts. Integrating with Western democracies could have pushed the USSR towards more open governance, potentially averting the stagnation and eventual dissolution in 1991. Would we have seen a more liberal Soviet Union, one that embraced some elements of capitalism? It's a compelling thought. However, not all might be rosy in this alternate timeline. Integrating a communist behemoth into a democratic alliance would surely face enormous challenges. Political ideologies clash, and the blending of such starkly different systems could lead to significant tensions within NATO, testing its unity and purpose. Concluding, while the idea of the USSR joining NATO seems as fantastical as it is fascinating, exploring such scenarios helps us understand the complex nature of international relations and the delicate balance of global power. It makes you wonder, how different would our world be today if the past had taken just a slightly different path? Thanks for joining me in this journey through an alternate reality. Until next time, keep pondering the what-ifs of history.